Wouldn't it be nice to have a new kitchen, a new bathroom, maybe a new home? Stay tuned, everybody. We've got some expert here. Show you how to do it. Stay giddy up. Welcome everyone to the Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy. Man, if I had got a dollar for every time I dreamt about having that new kitchen, that new bath, the new shower, the new boy, you guys finish basements, build houses. These guys are on the ball. If you're looking for somebody who can help you with all of those that I listed above, we got the right crew. Shawver, Harris Group, Ryan, and I'm going to put both your guys' names up here. There's Jason Shawver and then Ryan. You guys both are owners. Ryan, you help with production.
Yes, sir.
Sean, marketing. And together you guys have united forces. Been in the industry a long time and have your new company. You're started late last year, was it?
Beginning of this year.
Beginning of this year. First of this year. Well, with that, we have quite the excitement in our little town here. So with that, we'll shout out to our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle. All right, and how many of us are trying to get that beautiful castle? You might consider getting the work done by our experts here to Kev, because you like nice things in that little castle. That maybe you got a remodeled kitchen.
That would fit.
That would work. Yep.
That would work. All right. With that, you guys have a great looking website. You got some social media. You got some, and we do our little AI scan of everybody these days because AI knows everything, right? Welcome to the show, guys. Let's talk about it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I was just looking at some of the work, some of the pictures. Great looking website. You guys got a good web developer. That's important these days. If you don't get the word out there. I like the fact little sports background here too. Hockey, football, baseball, soccer. We got all the sports. Basketball. Anybody play any basketball?
No.
I'll count that. I played a little basketball. I played with Alan Bennis.
Okay.
It was first round draft pick for St. Louis Cardinals. His brother Andy. A lot of people know. And Adam was on that team too. So now we got all the sports covered. But that helps, I think, for people to understand our mindset and how we get things done. We like to win. We like to compete. But tell us a little bit about this, guys. How did you both decide to get into this, and how long ago? Ryan, I'll start off with you.
Been in construction my whole working career, either for somebody or for myself. And about 2 years ago, Jason and I started working together, and I would help on his projects. He would help on mine. We were just investing in real estate and flipping houses. And we got into it because people started to like what we were doing. And it was taken away from building our own stuff. And we're like, you know what, let's go after this and see what we can do. So we're just here to help people through the construction process. We approach it a little different. We like to sit down, listen to their ideas, their thoughts, their dreams, and then see the best way we can to help them through that with as least stress as possible.
Sounds like that's a good platform, good strategy, because how many people building a house, getting a kitchen done, all those things are stressful. But you guys have obviously figured out how to do that. Jason, tell me about it.
Yeah, so
what
got me involved is after high school, I decided to join the union. Was a carpenter in the union and worked my way up to project manager, and then decided I wanted to start my own company. Was working, doing flips and other retail jobs, and ran into Ryan, and we had a good relationship. And like Ryan said, we decided to start working together, and now we're here at Shawver Harris Group.
Started from the bottom, now we're here, and you guys started at a pretty good level right there, already having the history and all the background and all the resources. How did you guys? How did it come together for you? Because there's obviously you kind of designated your roles here, but what led to the way you guys formed this whole situation? I mean, with regard to were you guys doing projects together on separately as contractors, or where did that come in together?
Yeah, we were both contractors, and I was looking for some help with some of my jobs, and so was Ryan. We got together, started working together on some of jobs, each other's jobs, and then we decided to start flipping houses together. I mean, that's really where our relationship started. We went in together and started buying and flipping houses. that was very successful, and we did a good job. And as we were selling these houses, other real estate agents would come in and say who was doing the work. Next thing you know, now we're working for all kinds of real estate agents, and we're not really even doing our own flips. So at that point, we decided that maybe it's time to join forces so that we have one company facing forward instead of like, hey, this company calls Ryan and they have his company, somebody calls me, it's my company. So now it's just concise, one company moving forward, having a good platform.
Forces unite. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense because the collaboration between you guys had a lot of overlap, and to divvy up the money. Now you guys have a united
front.
team,
Yeah.
united front to put it together. Ryan, how did this work together best with you when you were saying, "Hey, we're flipping, but now we're gonna this market is changing." What have you liked about it? And how's it going so far?
I guess rephrase that.
Well, how's the I kind of a convoluted question. Let me straighten it out for you. But yeah, the St. Louis market is known for doing a lot of flips. But how did this transfer to you to where now you've got it? You've isolated it with you doing flips still, or
Yeah. We still do some flips.
But you focus on bathrooms and kitchens. Why do you think that?
Bathrooms, kitchens, basements, additions, light commercial. It works for us because Jason is very good at the sales. He's very good at strategy and development, and I'm good with the guys. I'm good in the field. I've got a good eye for quality. The guys know that if it's not done right, I'm going to make them redo it. That's just the company we are, and we won't hide from it. It's you're going to make mistakes, and it's how you rebound from them. And up front, honest, tell them, hey, we messed this up. We're going to make it right, and we make it right every time.
I like what you said there. Yeah, often this is the case. We talk about it. My favorite quotes from my dad. It's not the error that causes you to lose the game. It's how you respond, right? Not a single one of us is. You haven't lived on this planet until you've had a couple challenges, we call them sometimes. Sure. Right? But you learn from those and improve and make things better, and everybody's happy as long as you get the job done. Tell me a little bit about the team. And you guys you've got some contracted guys who work for you. You've got a team pretty well developed.
We've got 3 in the field contractors that work for us. They're on the jobs. They oversee them when I can't be there. They're hands-on. They'll do light framing, touch up, things like that. They're our eyes and ears in the field. Electrician, plumbing, obviously we sub all that. Like we said, the long-term goal is eventually to own all of it in-house, completely vertically integrated. But we got to know where the pitfalls are first, and that's what we're doing now. We took a step back. We've got some software we're building out. We use LiDAR cameras to measure, to reduce the amount of trips back to the property. Wow. We're really technology forward when it comes to building your space. We come out, we listen, we take scans of the whole area, we send that to designers, they design your kitchen, and then we move forward. We don't move forward without a full plan.
So you got designers too that are part of your team
that we work closely with. We don't have any in-house
contractor. Yeah. But you sounds like you guys have developed, and so then from the marketing side, making the connections in the community, that's pretty much been your role and what you've been working on, Jason.
Yeah, so I do a lot of networking, and then we do some charity golf events. I'm big in the St. Louis Rockets. My son plays for them. It's a hockey club in St. Louis. So we just did their golf tournament. And like I said, I do a lot of networking. I'm part of BNI. We're part of the the Home Builders Association. Okay. We're part of the National Kitchen and Bath Association. So we just try to get out there and put our name everywhere we can. That's my job, to go out there and shake hands and kiss babies.
And it's worked well for both of you. Now, when on the back end, Ryan's going to make sure all the quality's there and the product looks great and the final product everybody's happy with. And on the other end of that, Ryan, you're happy because Sean's out there kissing babies, doing golf tournaments, making sure that there's people that know about your business. This has been working out really well so far, obviously.
Works out well. Jason's more the extrovert, and I'm more the introvert. I don't, as you can see, I don't talk well in front of audiences. Jason
does.
does.
A great job.
Yeah, I'll say you're real low key with regard to, like, if I had somebody working on my house, I'd be like, he's the guy it's just like cool, calm, collected. He's going to make sure this thing gets done right. And that's the tone you got to bring to the situation. That's good. Front end, you're out there making people smile.
I'm out there making people smile. But, without having somebody like Ryan on our production side and making sure the quality is good, I can't go out there and make people smile because, I'm out there saying, hey, we're going to do a quality job. Our guys are going to show up. You're going to have a great project. You're going to love us when it's done. And, he's the one that brings the dream together. So I think it works really, really well.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Ryan either. He looks like he's going to make sure he'll keep things on track. He's got a great crew, keeps it organized. Wow, that's a good plan and strategy for that. Tell me then, what fuels your passion for this that keeps you going every day so that you decide this is what you wanted to switch and make a career and make a new team here with Ryan?
I'm passionate about building homes and then just working in the community. Obviously I started right out of high school. I've loved to build. I think building is like a cool thing where you go in and you see your process every day.
Right.
Other jobs you work 4, 5, 6 weeks and you don't see any progress. With building, you can go in and you're actually there and you say, oh wow, we did this today, or look at how great this is, and you get to bring happiness to people, get to love their houses again, get to provide a good space for them. It's just something that I love to do.
Yeah, I see also bringing the value for somebody's home up dramatically. Somebody's
Right.
done a lot of mortgage stuff in my background, my history. Well, somebody can walk in and say, yeah, this house appraised at $350 instead of $300 because they got the new kitchen and bath. Those are some of the best improvements. This passion for you carries over, and you like the results. You see how you get to improve people's homes, right?
I do. The passion for me is at the end, the smiles, the tears, I can't believe that's better than what I had pictured in my head, and that's what keeps me going. Is I love being able to look back and go, man, we did that, and I'm proud of it.
Well, that's what we're looking for. So we did a little scan for you guys, a little bit of the old social media, AI nowadays, and so they've got a lot of great things being said about you guys. So I'll put this up on the wall for everybody to take a look at. But based in St. Louis, Shawver Harris Group is a general contracting firm focusing on luxury custom homes, historic restorations, high quality kitchen, bathroom remodeling, specializing detail, and purposeful builds. Is that a pretty accurate description of you guys, do you think?
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, that's what we're looking for, and we're highlighting all those companies. We'd like to give a leg up to the small business owners because I feel like you guys so often do such a much better job than anybody else because you're more hands-on and you've got your hand on the pulse of the jobs that you're working with. That's true. Paying attention to your customers and making sure everything gets done appropriately. With that, we'll share a little bit of our fun and excitement in the community. We went up to Westport. My buddy Ed Wheatley has his new book, which we'll show you here in the video. The Rawlings finest in the field. Better get that right. And all the gloves and all the history of baseball gloves. A little fun. If you're into sports a little bit, this will be something good for you. Stay tuned. We'll be back. We're going to share a little more of our community involvement, and we'll be back here in just a minute. Here we are, everybody. The Rawlings Westport Plaza, the big screen outside. Ozzie Smith was just here, signing autographs. Our buddy Ed Wheatley, who was just on the show. Here we go. There's Ed right there. Hey, Ed. There's Tracy. He got his book. We're inside. This is where it all was happening just minutes ago. You can see here it is. There's Ozzie. He got his picture right down here. You can see. And this is the Rawlings experience. We just took a bunch of pictures here, put a post up about it. But it's quite the establishment. And all the history of Rawlings sports. Rawlings gloves. They've got a batting cage up here. This is quite the establishment. If you're looking for anything to do with baseball, especially its finest in the field gloves. But check it out. There's your batting cage. And here's the whole layout. So we hope you check out Rawlings here. They have everything you can imagine you would ever need if you're interested in learning about baseball and want to get a baseball glove. Finest in the field, Cardinal Cowboy. Stay tuned, everybody. It's Cardinal Cowboy. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwish was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. By now, we are on ABC 5 times a week. So many businesses are loving what we're doing to help them get their name out there. We'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. Takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Professional video on your website closes more sales by instantly building trust, clearly explaining complex products, and keeping visitors engaged longer, reducing bounce rate by 34%. It'll help you to gain that credibility, increase engagement, simplify complex tasks, lower your sales friction, and boost your rankings on the search engine. So this is all kind of a no-brainer. See how we've now had over 500 interviews and now almost 250 different business owners. Go to bigleagues.com. That's bigleagues.com. Go to bigleagues.com and get signed up. You can schedule right from there. Hey, we're back, everybody. Just a great conversation with these guys. They really know what they're talking about, and boy, some of the work we're going to show you that they've done. I'm going to put this up on the wall real quick too. But Facebook page has got a ton of pictures that you guys are some of your work, and so I'm going to get my mouse all over. There we go. But like that looks like the Taj Mahal, man. Somebody's. But any part of town they want to make it look good, you've got all that, lots of great information here on the Facebook. We'll come back and talk a little bit about the website here in just a minute. But give me that cost analysis as a numbers guy, sports guy. We always know our stats, right? But what is it generally worth for somebody to do this? We dabble with that conversation, but you also don't want to do this on the cheap end too, right? People can have their brother-in-law come in. He's got some history with painting or whatever, and they're going to do this, and they're going to bring the value potentially down by doing it. So you want to have this done properly. Who wants to tell me a little bit about why it's important to get it done the way you guys can do the work?
Sure, I can go. Well, I think it brings a good investment to your home. I'd say number-wise, probably kitchens and baths brings 20 to 30% increase to your home. Basements, they're not going to bring that much of an increase to your home, but they will increase the time you love your home. You know, we told a lot of customers that you're doing your basement for yourself. It's going to help you sell your house quicker if your basement's finished, but it's not going to give you a lot of value as far as the price of the house going up.
Okay. Yeah, I say to me, I love having a finished basement because it's like another whole separate house. A lot of times people have their big theaters down there, and can build all kind of excitement. But the true value you guys were talking about, Ryan, you were saying kitchens, baths, those are what people look for.
Kitchens, baths, that's what they're looking for. Like you said, the basements, the finished spaces are nice. People don't usually want to spend the money to put the egress in, which actually would increase their living space, which then would increase the value of the home. Just putting a movie theater down there, that's just creating more livable space for you. When it comes to selling it, that doesn't translate into the market.
And you've got to have that finished, that egress you're talking about,
A way to exit the home.
building, so before you can count it as a bedroom. You can count it as a fourth or a fifth bedroom a lot of times if you have that.
Absolutely.
That's what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
So if you're going to that extent, yes, that will increase the square footage, livable area, and price of your home.
Okay. If you have a sliding glass door in the backyard, that count as does it have to be attached?
It's got to be in the room.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So when you get that work done, make sure get that egress done because that'll do it. And how much does an egress cost to typically add to a project?
Could be 5, could be 10, depending on where your plumbing's going, where you have to run the drain to, so there's a lot of factors there, but 5 to 10.
Okay.
Get you a decent egress.
Yeah.
You were asking why use a professional. We do the permitting. We do, we follow all the processes you need when you sell it. All the paperwork's there. Even if you're not selling it, not knowing the permitting process can slow you down by months. If you file things in the wrong order, if you're missing something, it's nice to have people that have the experience and the know-how to keep things above board and running smoothly.
I'll write that one down, everybody. The experience and the know-how. That kind of makes sense if you think about it. But gosh, you start talking about permitting and getting approvals, and they come in and check everything, and then gosh, you go through the hoops. I'm a little bit familiar with that. We have an Airbnb, and every year they come in for another permit check to make sure everything is above board and still running everything accordingly. But these are the important things.
Well, another thing with the permitting that we've run into is customers have done jobs like their basement DIY. They had their uncle, cousin help them out, and then they went to sell the house and it wasn't permitted, and they had to rip the whole basement out.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I've heard horror stories like that, but you've actually seen this.
We've seen it a couple times where we had to come in and redo basements that were already done, and they ripped them out because they got caught not doing permits. So that's another big risk of not doing it professionally.
Don't cut corners on that one, everybody. Cheap can get very expensive. Yeah, I was saying I was kind of shocked. I've got a pretty nice house in the neighborhood. It's a little bigger than the average house, which can count against you because you don't want to be the biggest. But anyway, this house is about the same, a little smaller around the corner, and it just went for like $200,000 more than we thought it would.
Oh wow!
But what I found out is they had somebody professionally come in and do like you're talking about, get it all done right, professionally permitted. Because not even a big lot. They back to another house versus I've got it open. Anyway, it's just you guys can really make things look dynamite and increase that value tremendously. That was pretty apparent. Get it done right. I'll show you the work that these guys have done. You'll see why that's true. Tell me then, why should somebody choose you guys? Obviously, the years of experience, the background, the synergies you've got between your team here. What do you think really separates you guys from the rest?
I think one of the biggest things that separate us is we listen. We want to build the project that the customer wants, not the project we want to build. So we have the know-how, we have the experience to lead them in the right direction, but we listen to their customers. We make sure that we're, if they want a certain thing in their kitchen, like, hey, I cook a lot, I want, a spice rack here, or, I want the trash can over here. Like, we actually listen before we design, and we make sure that we add the things the customer wants. And there's a lot of contractors out there that, they want to come in, they want to get the job done, they want to make some money, they want to hit the road. We want to have a lifetime customer. We want to come in, do a good job for you guys, so that when you want your bathroom done, you call us back. When you want your basement done, you call us back.
Right, yeah, repeat customer is a lot cheaper in terms of marketing dollars than it is to get somebody new, and it sounds like you guys have figured that out. A lot of the guys, I know they come in, slap it together, they've got a kind of prefab configuration, and they don't want to change that unless you're going to lean over their shoulder, but you're paying attention the whole time. Ryan, is that really what separates, one of the most important things you think you do that separates you guys from the?
I would say so. I would say it was not that the other guys don't care and don't pay attention. That's just one thing we focus on, is listening to your vision and how can we best bring that to life.
There you go, everybody. Those are the things you want to pay attention, because this is somebody's home, right? This is where they're raising the kids, and they're going to have the whole family and guests and Christmas parties and all those fun birthdays and all that fun stuff. So important things. Tell me a little bit. You guys have a specific certification you guys are working on right now that's kind of important for the St. Louis area. Who wants to tell me about that one? Ryan, you were mentioning that.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So we're looking at getting lead certified. So that just means, you know, we can remove lead paint and other lead products with
Certificate, yeah.
with the certifications and the understanding that we're doing it and keeping your family and your pets safe.
Yeah, we had a group that specialized in here a long time ago, and they said a lot of times there's lead in the flooring. Is that true?
There can be, yeah.
And so there's a lot that goes on there, but if you don't have the stuff properly remediated, then you're going to get in trouble. And same kind of thing, they might have to redo everything,
Right, yep.
and to make sure that the lead, because lead is still, a lot of the homes that are here older in St. Louis, there's homes, they have a lot of lead.
And so obviously
Lead
for
paint
the
from
new
70s.
builds, for the new builds it's not as important, but for the large scale remodels, yeah, the older homes, a lot of lead in St. Louis.
And it was not so long ago, like 70s, because they were still using a lot of lead-based paint back then. Is that true? Okay.
I mean, another big thing is windows. People don't realize, you know, the paint around your windows. So when you're having your windows replaced, if you have an older home, you need to get that tested for lead before you remove the windows.
There you go. More concern. You got to talk to experts about it. I didn't thought of that, but yeah, that's an important one, because any little bit of that, you don't need much lead in your system that causes big problems, it has a big impact on kids, I think, a lot of times too. Right?
Kids, pets, if you don't clean it up properly, the pets like to come by, clean it up for you, and you don't want your dog eating lead chips off the floor.
Well, does it kind of taste good too? It's a little sugar, salty, something.
That I can't speak to it.
Haven't tried it, but yeah, I just understand they'll eat it, because, especially pets, because it's got some kind of a taste that they are drawn to. Well, very important. Take care of that, everybody. Do not get involved with lead. You got some experts that can help you with that. What are some of the real benefits you guys have? And of course, you guys are bonded, licensed, insured, and all the other important things too. But what are some of the other benefits you guys bring to the table by being a tight-knit group, a smaller business, rather than the big guys who come in? And the big guys have their place, but I'm not going to get any sponsorships from the big guys, I guess. But come in here and plead your case. I'm just going to tell it how it is. But as a small business, you get to be more adept to taking care of your customers.
Yeah, and it's not that the other guys don't care, but like our names are on the front door. So the buck stops with us. So we're going to make sure, we put everything into doing your job 100% and making sure you're happy, because I mean, that's our name. This is our legacy, so we want to build it in this community, and we're looking forward to building it in this community.
Well, lots we covered there, everybody. We're going to show off a lot of their work. Second half, we've got another half an hour. We're going to have these guys stick around. You can tell they've got their heart in the right place. They're doing good work and really helping improve our community here. Stay tuned for that. If you miss anything, watch it on our YouTube channel. Everything's available out there. We'll be back.